We will take today Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is talking about the company and the marketing strategy. Partnering to build customer relationship. In this chapter, we have many topic outlines. First of all, we need to define what is strategic planning and define the marketing role in this strategic planning. Second, how the organizations design their business portfolio and how they do their planning for marketing, i.e. how they are partnering to build customer relationship. Also, we want to define what is marketing strategy and its relationship with the marketing mix. Also, how they manage the marketing effort and how organizations measure and manage return on marketing investment. First of all, let's start with the definition of strategic planning. When you hear the word strategy or strategic planning, you think of something important and in a long run. That's correct. Strategic planning involves adapting the firm to take the advantage opportunities on its constantly changing environment. It is a process of develop the strategic fit between the goals, capabilities, and the changing marketing opportunities. Because we have the environment around any organization is changing, it is dynamic, not constant. So we have to develop this strategic fit, how to adapt with these changing environmental factors. That's strategic planning. Here, the company strategic planning in steps. At the corporate level, first, the company has to define its mission, then set the goals and objectives, and design their business portfolio. At the end, or at the business level or business unit level or at the product level or at market level, they plan marketing and other functional strategy. So strategic planning is divided into two levels, corporate level and the business unit level or functional level. Let's start with the first step, which is defining the mission. The mission of the organization, رسالة للمنظمة. The mission statement is the organization purpose, what it wants to accomplish in the larger environment, what this organization wanted to be in the future. A market-oriented mission statement, for example, define the business in terms of satisfying basic customer needs because it is market-oriented company. So this is the meaning of the mission or the company mission. It defines what the organization wants to be or what its purpose it wants to accomplish in the larger environment. Here we have many companies with different missions. We have market-oriented definition of a mission and a product-oriented mission. Let's take an example of Amazon. For example, the product-oriented definition. We sell books, videos, CDs, toys, consumer electronics, and other products online. This is a very precise definition of product-oriented mission. Why? Because the focus here is on what Amazon sells. What are the products? That's why it is product-oriented definition. However, the mission is different when it is market-oriented. The same company, Amazon, the market-oriented definition is we make the internet buying experience fast, easy, and enjoyable. We are the place you can find and discover anything you want to buy online. So this is the market-oriented definition. It doesn't focus on the product like here. It focuses on what people want, what customers really need from this company. We have different examples here in Aramex, in Carrefour, in Disney, in Google, Nike, and many other examples which they have product-oriented definitions or the market-oriented definition. Then, after stating the company mission, we need to set the objectives. We have two sets of objectives: business objectives and the marketing objectives. Why we set these objectives? These objectives are derived from the mission statement. Why? To turn this mission statement into objectives, into steps, into clearly defined objectives to address. As we mentioned, we have here business objectives like, for example, building a profitable customer relationship, or invest in research, or improve profit. This is overall business objectives. However, we hear marketing objective like increasing the market share, or creating local partnerships, and increasing promotion. The third step is designing the business portfolio. If you remember the model we illustrated at the beginning of the chapter, first we have to create the mission, then set objectives. The third is designing the business portfolio. What is business portfolio? It is a collection of business products that make up the company. The portfolio analysis is major activities in the strategic planning. The management evaluate all products and business that make up the company. A very important point in analyzing the current business portfolio is to understand what a strategic business unit is. A strategic business unit, or the SBU, is a unit, a fully functional unit of business that has its own vision and direction. The best example of SBU are companies like Procter & Gamble and LG, etc. These companies have different product categories under one roof. The objective of SBU, it has its own objectives that I just said, that can be planned separately from the other company business. It has company division, product line with division, or single line or brand. After identifying the key businesses or the SBUs that make up the company, organizations should assess the attractiveness of these SBUs and decide how much support each SBU deserves. Now, an important point in analyzing business portfolio is the Boston Consulting Group approach, known as BCG. BCG is a matrix, as you see here, a framework to evaluate the strategic position of the business brand portfolio and its potential. It classifies business portfolios into 4 categories based on industry attractiveness, which is the growth rate of the industry, and the competitive position, which is the relative market share. Here in the 4 categories, we'll begin with the stars. Here the stars are high growth, high share businesses or products requiring heavy investment to finance rapid growth. They will eventually turn into cash cows. Okay, but see here, the star here has very high market growth rate and very high relative market share. Cash cows are low in the growth rate, but high share business or products that are established and successful SBUs requiring less investment to maintain market share. The question marks here are low share business units. Here, low share business unit, relative market share, requiring a lot of cash to build their share. However, dogs are low growth rate and low business market share, and products they may generate enough cash to maintain themselves, but they don't promise to be large sources of cash. Here is the definition of each one: stars, cash cow, question marks, and dogs. Now with the problems that comes with the matrix approach. First of all, it is very difficult in defining the SBUs and the measuring market share and the growth. The two variables we are evaluating SBUs according to, the very difficult in measuring. Second of all, it is time consuming and expensive, and they focus on current business, not in future planning. Developing strategies for both growth and downsizing. We have this expansion plan, the product market expansion grid. We have 4 approaches in order to make benefit or make advantage of growth opportunities. We have this approach which is called market penetration. We have the market development, we have product development, and finally we have the diversification. Here are the 4 approaches or the 4 strategies to make advantage of opportunities to make the company grow. Market penetration, market development, product development, and diversification. The company chooses which approach it will use according to 2 main factors. The first factor is the product, whether the organization will use an existing product or it will try to make advantage of producing a new product. The other factor is concerned to the market, whether the approach is being used in a new market or an existing market. For example, the first approach with the market penetration, this is for organizations who cannot and don't have the ability or the financial ability to make new products, so they are stuck with their existing product. Above this, they don't go to a new market. They have to operate in the existing market. So the only chance they have to grow is to make a market penetration. They provide the same product to the same market, so they have to, for example, lower prices in order to make some customers, new customers come and buy. This is a simple explanation of how it works. The product development, they provide new product in an existing market. The market development, they do an existing product, however, in a new market. Diversification, they can provide new market in a new product in a new market. This is the definition of each one. Market penetration, here we will find current market with current product. Market development, so it is new market, however, in current product. Moving to product development, so it is new product in current market. Diversification, both market and products are new. The opposite of growth is downsizing. Downsizing is reducing the business portfolio by eliminating products and business units that are not profitable or that no longer fit the company's overall strategy. This is called downsizing. Partnering with other companies' departments. We have here the value chain. I believe we talked about value chain in our last lecture. Value chain is a series of departments that carry out value creating activities to design, produce, market, deliver, and support a firm's products. We have this value delivery network, which every part of the chain producing value to other partners. So the company, suppliers, distributors, and every part of the value chain add some product or add some value to other party. At the end, they improve performance of the entire system. Here is how the marketing strategy, the relationship between marketing strategy and the marketing mix. We can find here the 4 P's, the marketing mix, and we have the core, the customer value and relationship. This is the core. Marketing is all about creating customer value and a profitable relationship. Here, the marketing strategy involves 2 questions. Which customers will be served? Segmentation and targeting we talked about in our first lecture, and how they create value for them, like differentiation and positioning. Then the company designed this marketing program that includes the product, the price, the promotion, and the place, the 4 P's that deliver the intended value for the target customers. The market segmentation, we talked about market segmentation before, and it is the division of market into distinct groups of buyers. تقسيم السوق أو تجزئة السوق according to age, according to gender, according to personal income, according to psychographic variables. So this is marketing segmentation. The result of marketing segmentation is to make market into market segments اللي هي قطاعات سوقية. Each segment have unique characteristics, similar characteristics, and given a set of marketing effort. The market targeting, when we divide the markets and the market now into segment, the organization decide which segment to target. بتستهدف أي قطاع من القطاعات اللي هي قسمتها دي. Is a process of evaluating each market segment attractiveness and selecting one or more segments to enter. A very famous example of market segmentation, let's take the Johnson & Johnson example. Johnson & Johnson, they evaluate the market and and they decided to target the children or babies segment. قسمت السوق على أساس العمر مثلا وقررت إن هي تخدم القطاع بتاع الأطفال. After a while they began to produce also some products for women. So they are now also targeting women segment of the market. So this is a simple example of market targeting. Market positioning is the arranging of product to occupy a clear, distinctive, and desirable place relative to competing products in the mind of the target consumer. The marketing mix. They are the pillars of the marketing. Product, price, place, and promotion, which are called the 4 P's. It is the offering of the organization, the final offering of the organization. This is the marketing mix. Here is the marketing mix, the product, the price, the place, and the promotion, and they are targeting customers and intended image and positioning in the head of the customer. Here, how to manage the marketing effort. This is a planning process. It begins with the analysis, then planning, implementation, and the control, which provide the feedback about what objective has been done, back to planning again and repeating all the process. Here is the planning process, starting from the analysis, which assessing environmental opportunities, threats, and corporate strengths and weaknesses. These are called the Swot analysis or environmental analysis. Then planning, which is deciding marketing strategies that will help in company attaining its overall strategic objectives. Then the implementation, which turn these strategic plans into actions that will achieve these companies' objective. And the final step is the control, which is measuring, evaluating results of plans and activities, and taking corrective action if these objectives are not achieved. So make sure in going again to plan, it's like a feedback, take corrective action to make sure that the objectives are being achieved. The first step, which is the analysis, involves this analysis, the SWOT analysis. SWOT refers to strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This matrix depends on or has 2 factors, which is which factors are internal or external, inside or outside the organization, and which are positive and negative. We consider strengths and weaknesses are positive points. However, strengths are factors from inside the organization or positive points from inside the organization, but opportunities are good things that comes from outside. Similarly, weaknesses and threats, they are negative points or negative factors. Weaknesses, something related to inside the organization itself, threats coming from outside. We will see now some examples about the 4 factors. For example, here, strengths and weaknesses. Strengths are positive factors, like inside the organization, it has, for example, a good financial position, or it is a weakness when it has bad financial position. Opportunities, good things that comes outside the organization, like the economic climate, the demographic changes, the markets, or technology. The threats coming from outside the organization could be in the form of the competitive activity, a new organization, a new competitor, channel pressure, demographic changes. Here, demographic changes, whether in favor or against the organization, or sometimes politics. We can consider all of these. Yes, if they are good, so they are opportunities. If they are not good, we consider them as threats. Moving to making the market plan. The part of marketing plan, they consist of having an executive summary, analyzing the marketing situation, analyzing the threats and opportunities, the objectives and issues, marketing strategy, action program, budgets, and control. All these are parts of the marketing plan. Moving to the implementation. Implementation, we finish now the analysis, moving now to implementation. Implementation is the process of turning the plans into actions to accomplish the objective. The successful implementation depends on how well the company blends its people, structure, decision, reward system, all the parts of the organization into a cohesive action plan that support its strategies. Here we have the marketing department organization, the functional organization, the geographic one, the product management organization, and the market or customer management. Moving to the 3rd step, which is the marketing control. Marketing control is like a feedback, the process of measuring and evaluating the result. The organization is evaluating whether they have attained their objective as planned or not. If they are attained as planned, so they succeeded in their plans. If not, they go back to the action plan or to the original plan and make corrective action. These marketing control are using the operating control and the strategic control. Finally, we want to identify what is ROI in marketing. We all know what is ROI in finance. The ROI in finance is a return on investment, which is a very important financial ratio, which determines the financial position of any organization. However, here we want to identify the ROI in marketing, which is relatively the same. The ROI in marketing is the net return from marketing investment divided by the marketing costs. That means that the organization need to compare the profits they get in return for the marketing activities they did. So they are comparing the costs they pay in marketing and the profits they get from their marketing plans. They are weighing both. This is called ROI in marketing. And by reaching this point, we reach the end of our lecture today. Thank you for listening. I'm very looking forward to see you in the next chapter. Thank you and goodbye.